Hey, hello, I'm JulieJo. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. If you're not new here, welcome back. I moved into my new place, so excuse the background. We'll get there eventually. But I watched this apology video recently, and I didn't think Colleen did herself justice. I felt like she left out some pizzazz, some spice, some things to give it a little oomph, a little Colleen Ballinger. So I thought I'd add it in there for her. I hope you enjoy my additions to Colleen Ballinger's video.
Hey, it's been a while since you saw my face. I haven't been doing so great, so I took a little break. So a lot of people are saying some things about me that aren't quite true. Doesn't matter if it's true though, just as long as it's entertaining to you.
So the first thing Colleen Ballinger messed up on was thinking that seeing her grooming people and watching the horrific clips of her is entertaining. It's not. It's uncomfortable and frankly, horrible to watch. I might have to throw a few of those in there. So trigger warning for Colleen Ballinger. Here's what I think she should have started out with.
One of our favorite things to do at home is to write each other notes and put it in each other's mailboxes.
I like waking up in the middle of the night and finding something special in my box. My box is a little smaller. Will it fit big notes?
Of course it will, as long as the slit's big enough.
I love the flesh tones you're using on your box.
Thank you. Flesh is my favorite color.
Sometimes I just like to keep my box bare.
I agree with you, however, I think it's very important to have protection. I found a nice castle sticker.
Now see, that is much more honest and upfront with who she is. Let's continue.
Right? You guys having fun? All aboard the toxic gossip train. You're chugging down the tracks of misinformation. The toxic gossip train. You got a one-way ticket to manipulation station. Toxic gossip train. Tie me to the tracks and harass me for my past. Cause rumors look like facts. If you don't mind the gaps, I won't survive in the crash, but hey.
I find it interesting how she talks about these things as rumors or having gaps, but we have proven these things as true simply by showing messages like this one, are you a virgin? And then videos like this. As well as sending videos of Trisha Paytas' OnlyFans and her sexual content to children. These were all sent in groups with underage children that were proven as fact because it happened. So I thought I'd correct some things there because it's just a flaw in her song. Let's continue.
At least you're having fun. Hi everyone. I've been wanting to come online and talk to you about a few things. Even though my team has strongly advised me to not say what I want to say, I recently realized that they never said that I couldn't sing what I want to say. So here I am, and today I only want to talk about the facts. So I hope that you'll be willing to listen. Here we go. Many years ago, I used to message my fans, but not in a creepy way like a lot of you are trying to suggest. It was more of a loser kind of way, where I was just trying to be besties with everybody. It's kind of like when you go to like a family gathering, and there's a weird aunt there who keeps coming up to you and going like, hey girl, what's the tea? And you're like, ugh. That was me, but in group chats with my fans. It was weird. I've been sharing my life online for over 15 years. I've poured my heart out to you, and because of that I feel like I'm talking to my friends, but in the beginning of my career, I didn't really understand that maybe there should be some boundaries there. There were times in the DMs when I would overshare details of my life, which was really weird of me. I haven't done that for years, you see, because I changed my behavior and I took accountability.
I think it's important to note that she didn't add that she was 30 and her fans were children. She was 30. Not just an adult, but like a whole ass adult, But she has continued doing it. Here is a message from a group message that allegedly included underage people in it that she sent when allegedly all of this was going down. She says, because one of y'all is out for my blood, and every time I talk to y'all in here, someone leaks the story like they're working for TMZ. Literally, without fail, every time I talk in here, I immediately get people DMing me that I pick favorites because I talk to you guys so much. So I'm just wondering if I did something to upset you guys. She says in this message that she talks to them so much. I think that was a simple mistake on her part for leaving that out, but we'll continue. There are a few more things I think that should be included in this clip that she didn't include.
That's not very interesting, is it? So let's go on the toxic gossip train. The locomotive's fueled with hateful accusations. The toxic gossip train. Steamroll over someone's reputation. Toxic gossip train. Hop on board but close your eyes, otherwise you'll realize that the train is made of lies, and that person you despise maybe didn't deserve to die, but hey, at least you're having fun.
So at this point, I think maybe she should have added this little clip in there. I think it would have given it more of the pizzazz that we all wanted.
You want a tour of my house? There are leaks all over my house right now. Brand new house, by the way. And every time it rains, it leaks. Just like a teenage girl's vagina. I can't believe I'm gonna say this. It leaks so much like a little girl's creases when she watching me. Like a little girl's creases when she's watching those strange little boys on Musical.ly.
But what the heck do I know? I'm just a girl with an iPhone as a camera.
In all seriousness, I do think it's really important to hold people accountable for their mistakes. You know, we should hope that everyone can learn from their mistakes and grow and change their behavior and be a better person. And this is something that I've always tried to do when I make mistakes, and it's something that I will continue to try to do. What? Oh, you don't care? Oh, okay. I thought you wanted me to take accountability, but that's not the point of your mob mentality, is it? No. Your goal is to ruin the life of the person you despise while you dramatize your lies and monetize their demise. Yeah. I feel like I can already hear the comments on this video. She's gaslighting, manipulating. Oh, she's a narcissist and a rat. I would never make a mistake like that. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that all of you are perfect, so please criticize me. Bring out the daggers made from your perfect past and stab me repeatedly in my bony little back. I'm sure you're disappointed in my shitty little song.
I think that assumption is fair, the disappointment in her song. She speaks of it as if it happened 10, 15 years ago. It was in 2020, less than 3 years ago, when all of it came out, but many didn't take it seriously then. And honestly, Colleen, no. I'm younger now than you were when all of it happened, and I never, ever would or will make a mistake like that. I will never ask a child if they are a virgin. I will not be putting porn of Trisha Paytas in a group message with people under the age of 18 or ever. That's not a mistake. That's freaking weird. Honestly, very concerning and grooming.
I know you wanted me to say that I was 100% in the wrong. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna take that route of admitting to lies and rumors that you made up for clout.
I'm sorry that I paused so quickly, but it's interesting that she refers to these as lies and rumors made up for clout. But we showed things of her that I think she should have included, like this.
It's a big popsicle. It's my favorite one.
Or this one.
Looks really nice.
That looks nice. Why didn't I put my finger in?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh no, Labia. Looks like you didn't empty your box before we started working.
There's a whole bunch of red stuff coming out of my box. I think I'll just eat it out. Oh! The slit is too small to fit my tongue in.
I guess that will be a lesson to us all. Make sure to clean out your box before you start working on a project with Slit.
Oh, I'm dripping.
Oh, no, your box is still dripping a little bit, Labia.
Just take your finger and wipe it out. Get it all out. I need my box to be clean.
Come on now, Labia. You've had a dirty box plenty of times. I will still stuff your Slit with fun little things.
Maybe this one? Colleen, I'm pretty sure that's you.
Hey everybody, I found someone new to host. She did some things that I do not like in her past. So everybody gather around, cause we're about to attack. But not based on facts, oh no. Your loaded lethal weapon is your fingers on the keys. You don't need any armor when you can hide behind a screen. So shoot me down quick with a click and bam! My reputation's deceased. I also wanted to take a minute to talk about that girl Miranda sings. You know the one. Yeah, her. She's PG-13. It says that on my website, and it's always been that way. And that's why you won't find my videos on the YouTube Kids app. Anyway, I didn't realize it was my responsibility to decide what was appropriate for every kid to see. I've always relied on parents to decide if they're comfortable with their families watching my YouTube videos or coming to my live shows.
I find it interesting that Colleen says that because I didn't know parents would be okay with this.
Do you want a cheese bone?
I'd love one. I can't believe I'm reaching in there.
I don't know. I sure as hell wouldn't. Let me know below if you would or wouldn't.
Have I made some jokes in poor taste? Yes. Have I made lots of dumb mistakes? Yes. Am I sad that there are some fans who feel betrayed? Yes. But was my intention to manipulate? No. It doesn't really matter what my intention was, because it seems as though everyone's already decided on that. Let me tell you, it's not very fun to have millions of people all over the world call you the most vile, horrendous, disgusting, life-ruining words that a person can be called, in my opinion. It doesn't matter that these things aren't true. Everyone just believes that you are the type of person who manipulates and abuses children. So I just wanted to say that the only thing I've ever groomed is my 2 Persian cats. I'm not a groomer. I'm just a loser who didn't understand I shouldn't respond to fans, and I'm not a predator, even though a lot of you think so, because 5 years ago I made a fart joke.
Now that added some pizzazz. Here's why. It showed what she really thought of the situation. I think that it's important that we understand what a groomer is, okay? A groomer is someone who builds a relationship, trust, and emotional connection with the child or young person so they can manipulate, exploit, and abuse them. Now let's talk a little bit about this exploitation part. What does exploit mean? It means to make full use of and derive benefit from a resource. Does anyone remember when she asked Adam and other children to go find out things for her, and she would love bomb them first so that they could feel good and felt like she saw who they were and saw them because they looked up to her as 14-year-olds, and then had them go on gossip sites and stand up for her? Remember when 14-year-old Adam was slaughtered on gossip sites because of this? That's exploitation of a 14-year-old. You groomed him to be able to exploit him to get what you wanted out of the situation. Oh, and let's not forget that fart joke. That teenage girl whose legs she opened on stage in front of everyone, who said this about the situation?
So I was a fan of Colleen and all the Ballinger family for a very, very long time, and I think in this video I was about 16. If you've never been to a Miranda show, Colleen frequently has segments where she calls people up on stage. One of those segments was the porn bit, which I'm not really going to be explaining in this video, but that's why I was kind of trying to dress skimpy so that I would be called up on stage and basically get degraded by Miranda. But I did not get called up for that. I got called up for the yoga challenge. Now, as soon as I stood up from the audience, I saw Colleen's eyes widen because she realized I was not wearing pants. But for some reason, that didn't stop her from continuing. In fact, no adult at any point stepped in this situation. So we get to this point in the yoga challenge where I am laying down and Colleen is spreading my legs basically as far as she can. She spreads them so far that you can see the spandex I was wearing under my romper, which thank God I was wearing. Now, the original video posted by Xandar, I'm sorry if I pronounced her name wrong, is only a screenshot, but there is a whole video of this. But that screenshot is the most important because that is the moment I will never forget where I was laying under Colleen and she was smirking down at me while thousands of people were laughing, and I was terrified that my body wasn't covered up enough by the spandex or the romper. I basically felt naked, so it felt incredibly sexually violating. I was younger and my body was still developing and I was still becoming comfortable with myself, so for her to use my body as entertainment on stage really set my confidence back quite a lot. And not to mention, after all this, after the show, I had to walk back to my car where there was many men staring at me in a very predatory way that they were not looking at me before because of how exposed I had been on stage. So I literally did not feel safe leaving the venue. And I'm not saying this was sexual assault, although people are debating that in that comment section, but as someone who has been sexually assaulted, this situation gave me that same feeling where it feels like you need to purge and like clean out your insides, you know, just that nasty, gross feeling. There's a couple comments on Xandar's video being like, oh, she signed up for that, why is this such a big deal, blah blah blah. Colleen exploited my minor body for entertainment and money and did not protect my safety at this show. As an outsider looking into this situation, it may seem like this wasn't a big deal, but this was really pretty scary for my teenage self, and especially someone who loved and looked up to Colleen. And I could never say anything because everybody loved her. But this is who she really is. She uses kids for her own gain. I was a minor, and again, she did not protect me. So if you're watching this and you're thinking about taking your kids to a Miranda show, I would advise you to think twice because you may come back with years of trauma, and I don't wish that on anyone.
Yeah, it wasn't a fart joke. But thank you, TMZ, for giving Colleen the ability to call it that with your disgusting and pitiful headline.
So, even though I know this video won't change anyone's mind about me, I still felt it was important to come on here and defend myself a little and take accountability. And I also wanted to say that to anyone out there who has ever supported me in any capacity, I really, really appreciate you. Thank you. For what it's worth, I never had any bad intentions. But I do feel like shit. The toxic gossip train, chugging down the tracks of misinformation. Toxic gossip train, you got a one-way ticket to manipulation station. Toxic gossip train, you tied me to the tracks and harassed me for my past. Rumors look like facts when you don't mind the gaps. I won't survive in the crash, but hey, I hope you had some fun.
I get it. A lot of people, including myself, had things to say about stuff like this.
It's stinky. It's time for me to change your diaper.
During the Me Too era, you were going to change my diaper? Goodness, can never trust a man these days.
We wanted to get justice for children, ones you used to manipulate, Colleen, so that you could get things that you wanted. I empathize that what Colleen is experiencing is horrific. You can see the pain on her face. However, the ukulele, it makes me lose empathy. Oh, and the many adults who came out about their childhood with her in it, who made them feel awful because of what she made them do and what they went through. That too makes me lose a little empathy.
Actually, you know, I feel like maybe I should let you guys know something. It seems like maybe you're confused about something. I don't know. Let me try to help. Sometimes people make a mistake and it doesn't make them a horrible person. Whoa. Sometimes people can make a mistake and they're still a good person. Crazy, I know. Sometimes people can make a mistake and you don't have to take that mistake, oh no. And twist it up and grind it and add some lies to it and pulverize it and stab it with knives and ruin a life and oh no. Sometimes people can make a mistake. It doesn't mean you gotta send them hate, oh no. Sometimes people can make a mistake and you can kindly let them know and help them to grow. Sometimes people make mistakes simply because they made a mistake. And that mistake doesn't make them a terrible human. It just makes them a human. But what do I know? Fuck me, right?
You know what? She's completely right. Everyone makes mistakes. Some people say a cuss word in front of someone's toddler on accident. Some people react very poorly to a situation and then learn what they did was wrong. Some people forget something at the store or forgot a doctor's appointment. Some even lose their shit in front of a large audience and then feel awful about it afterwards. Most don't groom kids for years. Most don't manipulate young adults who look up to you or even manipulate their exes. A lot don't do that. And no one has done a ukulele apology that in fact wasn't an apology. I saw this TikTok and thought it was a good idea and an example of what she could have done, what she should have done. Because some people are like, well, how do you react to the situation? What do you do? What should you do? What else could she have done? This, honestly, it's a great TikTok, and I think it might shed some light on why so many of us are unhappy about this.
I am so sick of PR people just trying to do damage control and not damage repair. All of the advice I'm seeing from PR people on Colleen Ballinger is just trying to save her career and not actually fixing the harm she caused. There's a way to do both. It's expensive and a lot of PR people are going to try to prioritize their client's bank account. But as someone with a PR degree, I'm going to tell you what might have actually worked to do both things. By the way, if anyone's buying into Colleen's narrative that she had the best of intentions, these are all real things she could have done if she actually cared about her fans. Number one, I would calculate how many ticket sales were to minors or what percentage of your viewers are minors. I would take that percentage of her income and I would donate it to two places. The first is Other People Fund, which pays for other people's therapy. With that, you're going to say something like, I'm so grateful to the fans who were brave enough to come forward and say that my jokes harm their mental health. I'm so sorry, that was never my intention, but I would like to use what I gained in that situation to try to help. Maybe you make that donation in Becky's name or not, up to your PR team. The second place is Thorn, which is Ashton Kutcher's nonprofit, which helps end sexual exploitation of children on the internet. With that, you're going to say something like, I wholeheartedly stand against inappropriate conversations and relationships with children, and that can be difficult to combat on the internet, and I want to support the work that Thorn is doing to prevent that from happening. You're not going to make a comment as it relates to you or your actions. It is best not to comment on that unless you have concrete proof to the contrary. It doesn't mean you ignore it altogether. You say you're against it, you put your money where your mouth is, end of. Second, I would age restrict all of her content online. If you really want to fix it, just stop doing Miranda Private character. But at the very least, I would contact Netflix to get her show moved to PG-13. I would not let anyone under 18 into her tour dates anymore. Do everything in your power to make sure children do not watch your content anymore. None of this, I let it up to the parents. Number three, a lot of the criticism was about that she posts her own children online, private all those videos, and make a comment saying, hey, please take down any videos you have of my kids. Really hammer home the don't exploit children thing. Number four, offer to pay Adam for the work that he did for you as a minor. Calculate how long he worked for you, give it a $15 minimum wage, offer to pay it. Number five, offer to privately apologize to the fans that you've hurt. Say something like, I'm so sorry that my jokes caused mental anguish to my fans. That was never my intention, but I would like to offer my sincerest apologies for what happened to you. Given the circumstances, I'm not going to message you, but if you are comfortable, I would like to apologize privately and then you never have to hear from me again. Write the apology knowing it's going to be shared publicly, and then do not talk to fans again. Unless it is in person with an adult present, do not talk to them again. Number five, going forward, I would stop Miranda altogether personally. But with your still having millions of followers, I would switch your content. Half to singing, because that's what she loves to do, and half to platforming anti-exploitation activists. She's a podcast, so start a segment interviewing like former child stars or grooming survivors, things like that. Her reputation is never going to be the same. But all these things are entirely possible and might convince a few people that you're a good person. Unlike the ukulele thing, you're gonna get some people saying you're throwing money at the problem or you're trying to capitalize off of a scandal, but you would net be doing good with what I've proposed. Regardless, it would be infinitely better than a 10-minute long ukulele song about how you're the victim.
I think that person is well spoken and I agree, but she didn't do that. I hope you liked my additions to her song. She just left some things out that I thought were important. I'll link some videos below that I recommend watching, not her video, but others that had great coverage of it. Like and subscribe if you want. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Show you what I'm all about. Make up for what we lost. Tonight is the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about yours.